Hello my dear friends, I welcome you to this video in which I am going to share 4 benefits of becoming a good listener. Even before we talk or listen, we must first understand the value of silence because it is from silence emerges everything in existence. We must first observe, listen attentively, and then speak or act. Ironically, with us, it is just the opposite. Nowadays, we emphasize too much on the need to become extroverts. All the time aggressive to talk more and share more in a gathering, and trying to dominate the conversation in a group. In a party, we all are trying to talk at the same time, where everyone is interrupting one another, where there is rarely anyone who is genuinely interested to listen. There is a common misconception that the one who talks more is the smartest one, but essentially, it is the one who listens more often turns out to be the wisest one. Also, we must admit we all do need that one friend or companion who is there to listen to us patiently without passing judgments. This does not, however, imply that a good listener simply acts as a benefit or an advantage to his or her friend. If you are or if you can become a good listener, you can enrich your own life, your own mental world in so many different ways. So now I am going to share 4 benefits of becoming a good listener. Here we go. Number 1. A good listener can develop better relationships. Ask yourself, are you the kind of person who likes to talk about yourself, what you do and don't do, what you like and don't like, where you hardly let the other person open his or her mouth? You may find great satisfaction from speaking about yourself, but if you continue to speak all the time about your problems and achievements, soon a time comes people around you get bored or rather irritated with your egocentric behavior, and as an end result, they start avoiding you. Healthy relationships are based on healthy communication and conversation, which is a two-way activity. You may feel good about dominating a conversation because you are getting all the attention, but the other person may feel left out and can grow fed up with you because your unwillingness to listen clearly reflects your lack of empathy and interest in the other person. This can greatly affect your relationships. One thing I must point out is being a listener is not about keeping quiet in a conversation passively with a blank expression. Suppose you are disclosing an important incident to your friend who is sitting before you with a blank, disinterested expression, fidgeting with her mobile phone, or rarely making proper eye contact with you. If this is a recurring pattern, I can confirm this friendship is not going to run deep, if not last long. Engaged attentive listening gives the suggestion that you are genuinely interested in what the person has to share. A healthy conversation is based on active listening and speaking. A good listener is usually pretty sought after and well liked by his or her friends and family members because they make the other person feel appreciated, respected, and cared for. When you listen to your friend with understanding and without passing judgments, your friend spontaneously begins to trust you and emotionally depend on you. This goes a long way in creating meaningful, deep, and satisfying relationships as well as long-term commitments. Number 2. A good listener can pick up more knowledge and information easily. A good listener is usually quite a receptive person whose mind is more open to pick up useful and important information from the surroundings. When you listen with awareness, you not only pick up valuable information that you can use to your advantage, but you also learn a lot about the speaker's hidden tendencies, their psychological patterns, see through their motives, and study their behavior and body gestures. If you learn to assess a person in this manner, you can easily distinguish a true friend from a false one. And you also learn to balance your interactions with the difficult people in your life because due to your attentive listening, you have already gathered the necessary knowledge of the negative traits of such people. A good listener can become a good student because she or he can collect important information quite easily just because of the attention they pay to the speaker. A good listener is able to develop better intuition, understanding, and clarity of thought that can help in finding solutions to conflicts. When you listen carefully, you grow the ability to pick up both the spoken and unspoken words, read between the lines, and anticipate a possible conflict. And these abilities safeguard you from misunderstandings and confusion. When you listen with focus, you can intuitively understand if a problem is arising, what is the nature of the problem, and process in your mind the possible solutions to the problem. A good listener can develop a broader mind by being open to multiple perspectives because he or she can patiently listen to the viewpoints of all the individuals involved in a given situation. Number 3. Good listening can make you a better speaker. Good listeners often tend to start their journey of life as a shy, introverted person who like to talk less and listen more. Later on, there is a high possibility they can transform into a good speaker, if not a good public speaker. If you listen to people carefully, you consciously or unconsciously pick up their mannerisms, the style of speaking, along with how people shape their sentences and prove their arguments. This helps you in assessing which expressions work and which don't work in other people's conversation. And now you learn to shape and modify your own conversational skills accordingly. Suppose your colleague is citing examples in an office presentation to prove her point. If you have listened to her with attention and your turn is next, you'll definitely try to cite more effective and relevant examples in your own presentation because your mind has already processed the previous information and now you can deliver your speech with richer and revised content. Good quality public speaking is an art you can access only if you have gone through the stages of good listening. Number 4. A good listener can develop compassion and empathy towards others. In my experience, I have never come across a good patient listener who is egocentric by nature, because an egocentric person is so obsessed with him or herself that she or he can hardly feel interested in the story of another person. Good listening and egocentrism go in opposite directions. You can listen attentively only if you have genuine interest in and concern for the person speaking. I may not be able to solve all the problems of my friend, but if I have the time to sit with him, I am there beside him, eager to listen to what he has to share. My friend will feel much assured of my true compassion and empathy for him. In times of trouble, many a times it is not your solutions or suggestions your friend is looking for, but simply a good listening ear. Your compassionate listening can heal and cleanse the emotional hurts of your friend in ways much deeper than you can imagine. Successful psychologists and psychiatrists are excellent listeners because their primary job is to listen first, patiently with focus to each and every word of their patients, read between the lines, and then suggest solutions that can heal and restore the patient's mental balance. On a deeper level, if you develop the ability to listen consciously, you can easily identify the repeating patterns in people's conversations. The individual experiences may vary, but the repeating themes are all the same. The same sense of loss, depression, sadness, complaints, and dissatisfaction with life. When you are an involved listener, you grow more sensitive to the pain the speaker is sharing with you. And from that sensitivity emerges a deeper sense of compassion and empathy that is so nourishing and important for your own heart and soul in the very first place. Dear friends, I hope this discussion resonated with you. I'll be back with more interesting topics very soon. Till then, take good care of your body and take very good care of your mind. Have a beautiful day.